Both training, Stephen and Glenn, back training today, so we'll see how they are.
Be a good place to have Stevie back.
I wouldn't restrict it to Stevie. It's a good boost for us to have everybody back, Stephen included. Having Glenn back as well, who was doing fantastic, would be good for us. But we'll see how they do in training, and then we'll judge it from there.
When you've got good players who are doing good things for your team, it's only expected, I suppose, that other people will covet them. PSG owner saying that he'd like to sign Luis Suarez if it's all possible. Does that come as any sort of a surprise to you?
It comes as a surprise to myself that yourselves know how the media work, and we actually have the cutting here to justify what was asked. And it was a journalist that mentioned the names, and it was the chairman that said, "Oh, they're interesting." And there was a list of names, and there was only Suarez's name was mentioned, but I don't know if it's Luis Suarez. I don't know what Suarez it is. And also, if the guy who sends a story in, if it's not repeated anywhere else, and it's no attractive to the newspaper, they don't get any money, they don't get paid. So I think it would be interesting for yourselves to disclose to the general public where the stories come from, how they get there, and why they put them there, instead of coming back and asking us every time somebody's name appears in the paper to either justify it, either confirm it or deny it. So, if you know the system, I think it's a poor system whereby you put a story out and we've got to deny it, and you have no foundation to the story whatsoever.
You were pretty disappointed, obviously, after the weekend result against Arsenal. Have you seen a reaction in training to that this week?
There was a reaction right after the game in the dressing room. We knew we played really well. We knew we never got what we deserved from the game. So we just need to continue in the same vein. It was a fantastic reaction from the Carling Cup victory to the players, and they played really well. So we just need to repeat that in the games that we've got left and see where it takes us.
Do you feel if you're able to consistently reach that sort of level game after game, then it makes the possibility of fourth place a reality?
If we continue to maintain that level, we'll not lose too many games. And where that takes us, we'll judge at the end of the season. But as I say, for us the performance was fantastic, the result wasn't what they deserved.
Sunderland seem to have picked up a little bit of steel ever since Martin O'Neill took over, particularly at home. They're a formidable force on home soil.
Steel, did you say, or steam?
Steel.
Steel. I expect them to compete. It was a surprise to see Steve Bruce getting the sack. But obviously you get the sack because the results weren't great. And Martin's not brought in too many players to change that. So it's the same players, playing with a different attitude and more commitment. So they've done very well since he's gone in there. And they've made themselves really difficult to beat.
What do you think it is about Martin that makes him able to do that to sides, to make sides difficult to beat?
I don't know. I've never worked with him, so I wouldn't know. He sacked me before I could work with him.